Here are my top 24 wide receiver rankings for week 1. 24 is George Pickens. The great thing about him is that he only needs 4 receptions to put up 75 yards and a touchdown, but his floor is like 3 points. 23 is Terry McLaurin, and 22 is Deebo Samuel. I like to think that Deebo's going to be more involved just because he's been there the entire offseason, but Terry has the touchdown upside. 21 is Tyrell McMillan. It's a good matchup against the Jags, but I think he's going to get off to a slow start just because he's a rookie. 20 is Ricky Pearsall. He's Brock Purdy's #1 wide receiver, and it would not shock me if he finished significantly higher than this. 19 is Courtland Sutton. He's clearly Bo Nix's #1 target, and I promise you, nobody's going to rival him. 18 is JSN. Yes, it's a little low, but the Niners have proven to be a difficult matchup for him. 17 is Jameson Williams. 16 is Mike Evans. And 15 is T. Higgins. Every single one of these guys has the same exact story. They're either going to put up 5 points or 20 points. That's their game. 14 is A.J. Brown. In his last 2 matchups against Dallas, he's put up 11 and 13. He actually has a pretty difficult time against them. 13 is Xavier Worthy. There's no Rashee Rice, and in last year's season opener, he just needed 3 touches to put up 20 fantasy points. 12 is Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's going to be the first person to absolutely torch the Saints defense, and I think he's in for a big game. 11 is Ladd McConkey. His floor is 11 points, his ceiling is 20, and he might be the safest play in fantasy football this week. 10 is Amon-Ra. Every single time he plays Green Bay, he either puts up 7 points or 15. That's what you're getting. 9 is Brian Thomas Jr. It's a little low, but J.C. Horn scares me a little bit. 8 is Tyreek Hill. You can think he's washed all you want, but he's playing against the Colts. I think he's going to likely put up 100 yards, and if he does that, he's probably going to get a touchdown. 7 is Drake London. In his last 2 games against Tampa Bay, he put up 5 and 27. That's the floor, that's the ceiling. 6 is Nico Collins. With no Joe Mixon, no Tank Dell, and him clearly being the #1 target on this offense by a long shot, he's 100% going to eat. 5 is CeeDee Lamb. He's going to see a lot of Quinyon Mitchell, and that scares me quite a bit. 4 is Puka Nacua. There's a reason Devontae Adams isn't on here. I think Puka Nacua is going to dominate the target share. 3 is Malik Neighbors. In his last 2 games against Washington, he put up 10 and 24. That's the floor, that's the ceiling. 2 is Jamar Chase, and the only reason he's not at 1 is because Denzel Ward exists. And my #1 wide receiver for week 1 is obviously Justin Jefferson. There's no Jordan Addison. Jalen Johnson might not play, and if that's the case, Justin Jefferson's gonna eat. A bada bing, a bada boom, baby.